Hey guys, short video today. I found this video from a flat earther, one I've never heard of before, and they're pretty small, which is good. Gotta squash the bugs while they're still young.
So who's lying? First up, we got some evidence that was sent to me as so-called proof for the globe earth theory. The person that sent me this video, very short clip, claimed that because there was no warping of the solar panels and no distortion, that this was filmed using a normal camera lens, so there was very little distortion, unlike a GoPro. So let's quickly entertain this short bit of propaganda.
I had to mute that part of the video because it was using interstellar music, and I'll cry if I get another copyright claim. I had to mute that part of the video because it was using interstellar music, and I'll cry if I get a copyright claim. Wah! Anyway, this is a good video for those who think that using some weird lenses for filming in space, which by the way was always silly. Fisheye lenses are built in a way so that there's no distortion through the middle of the lens, but yet when we see a curve through the middle of the camera, flat earthers will still cry it's distorted without knowing anything about how lenses work. So now it seems that the only way to convince them is to have something else in the video for scale, something that is supposed to be straight and is straight in the video to prove that the lenses are not fisheye. So yeah, this footage is pretty cool. Let's see what the flat earther says in response.
Now, I gotta be honest, this is a good bit of space propaganda. We got two cosmonauts, two Russians, doing their thing here, selling the lie of the globe and of course space stations orbiting a globe.
I mean, okay, you can claim it to be a lie all you want, but a claim itself isn't going to do anything. Of course, I understand that a flat earther is most likely going to say it's photoshopped or something like that whenever they don't have anything to say. That's what they default to. So honestly, I'm not expecting much more.
Now that's all very well until we go here. Thank you, James. So we got James May, the United States Air Force, obviously using one of their U-2 spy planes, and of course the BBC, citing curvature of the Earth from 70,000 feet. And of course this is where it goes pear-shaped, because I've blended an image from James May's citation of Earth curve from 70,000 feet, and I blended an image from the Russian cosmonauts from the clip that was sent to me as supposed globe Earth evidence of curve. And yes, of course, just like previously, when we blend the two together, we get exactly the same amount of so-called curve, proving any curve is optical and not physical, because you couldn't have the same curve that was cited at 70,000 feet as the same curve that's cited from over 250 miles up.
Ah yes, finally, the punchline. So apparently he took the footage from different altitudes, and when you put them together it looks like the curve is the same? Amazing! Well, I'm sorry, but I was actually expecting more. There are two things I want to say about this. First of all, the curves aren't exactly the same. There's actually less curvature in the second video with the lower altitude. It's difficult to see because, well, this video isn't the highest quality, and if you don't look closely, it's easy to miss. So I've done the pleasure in actually drawing the lines out for everyone. This red line is from the first video depicting the curve, and as we switch the image to the second video while keeping the red line, you can see it doesn't actually line up. And to make it even easier to see, here's a green line to show the curve in the second video. As you can see, the curve isn't the same at all, with the curve from the second video clearly depicting a lower degree of curvature because we are closer to the Earth and therefore the Earth appears to be bigger to us. Anyway, that's the first point I wanted to make, but honestly, I think just looking at the curve and drawing lines is silly to begin with. The most important point is that the difference in Earth's curvature isn't meant to be that significant when you move higher or lower. It doesn't change much from our point of view anyway because of how far away the center of the Earth is. Because it's so big and so far away from this point of view, it's not meant to change shape that much between the two videos. Think of an incredibly large mountain, let's say Mount Fuji in Japan. When you're at a certain distance away, walking towards or away a few steps isn't going to change your perspective of the mountain that much. The same goes for the Earth, but to an even more extreme scale, because in this case we're not measuring to the surface of the Earth, but rather to the edges from your perspective, or the center of the Earth. I'd expect hardly a change in shape at all, especially to the naked eye. I made a video about this before, but I couldn't really find where it is, so I might as well make a more detailed video on this later since it's not intuitive right away, especially to flat earthers. But anyway, I've been a bit busy today when making this video, so apologies that it's not as long as a normal length video, but don't worry, we shall see each other again soon. Thank you once again to Fireshard, Alan Morton, Miss Fixit, and Rick Klen for the generous support on Patreon, and I'll see you later.